There are stories in the stars.
Stories that I don't even know about yet.
Stories that we've made up.
Stories about lemon-loving crocodiles discovering new skincare routines and biscuit-eating birds.
But this is the story we really want to tell.
Once upon a time there was a star.
That star is me.
And me.
And me.
And me.
An astronaut with star qualities.
Energy and creativity.
A young person.
No two stars are the same.
Every day in the galaxy, a star would try to shine its brightest.
On their learning journey, this star needed to be very careful of black holes.
A place in space where gravity pulls so much that nothing can get out.
It took every bit of my confidence away from me with the black hole. Because I used to quite like going to school. They kind of take every happiness or confidence you have and then just keep it there, and then eventually you get burnout and then you just have to quit, and then you end up without school and everybody's trying to get you back in.
They try to help, then sort of forget about you and leave you with that current help. And then even if that help stops working, you'll just be like spat out the other end and left with nothing. Some young people can find school like being sucked into a wormhole.
A place where it can feel
Chaotic.
noisy.
Busy. There's too much pressure to keep learning, and then you get so tired. Your happiness and your confidence just drops down. So I think that there should be more time where you can just have a chill, because an hour, half an hour a day when you're outside running around with people, it's not really time to reset yourself.
Scared.
Overwhelmed.
Guilty.
Blame.
Panic.
Embarrassed.
Shame.
Confusion.
Self-conscious.
Frustrated.
Lonely.
Restricted.
Yeah.
Humiliation.
Insecure.
Anxious.
Worried.
A wormhole is a place where hierarchy and power can make you feel invisible.
When you bring up your problems to people in the school, they'll come up with ways that kind of get you off their hands, or they try to get you back to what you're supposed to be doing as soon as possible, rather than really helping you out with what your problems are. They would rather you be in class and just kind of worrying about your problems than kind of bringing them up and wasting learning time.
Some stars go on their journey without ever seeing a wormhole.
They are lucky.
But others have to find a different way to learn.
It's not that they don't want to learn.
It's that they can't learn in a wormhole.
So our astronauts with star qualities explore the universe to find ways that they can learn that work for them. I have one teacher at my school who's always a massive help to me, and I wouldn't be able to go into school without her being there. And I feel like more people need a person like that. Someone who can guide them through the day if they need the help. She's the first ever person who I actually opened up to in school. Because I used to have someone like that in primary school, but then they left, and that made me a bit weird about teachers again, because I don't like just opening up to anyone. When I'm with her, she'll obviously be saying, oh, you should probably try go to lesson. But then if I say I don't think I'm going to be able to go, she won't bug me about it for the rest of the afternoon. She'll do something else with me to make me feel a bit better about school.
There was a teaching assistant who was actually quite nice, and that if I got scared or anything, I would just leave with her. She would help us, and if I was worried or anything, we would write it down, and she was nice, and if she could tell if I was getting stressed or scared and things. If I didn't go into school, if you line up in the morning, and if I didn't want to go in, she would come get us from reception and things, or she would help us want to go in more. And lots of the time I didn't go in, but if I did, it was because she was more trying to encourage me to do it, but not as a teacher would.
At Forest School, the teachers understand you a bit more. They give, if you're hungry, you can have a snack. If you need to have a rest in a hammock or something, you can have a rest. But also, they have stuff that can work for every kid. They can make changes to the activities, to give us options.
Well, I think this is quite good. You get to know us, and it's a fun way of approaching it.
But this is a story that we want to tell.
A story about finding a perfect place to learn where you belong.
Where you feel like you are in the right place.
A place where you feel comfortable with the people you feel comfortable with.
A place to be open and express yourself and how you feel.
A place where you don't feel restricted by unnecessary rules like, if you need the toilet, you need the toilet.
And when you are hungry, you are hungry. Where you have the freedom to make choices on your own decisions, within reason.
It's taken a long time for me and my husband to realise that our children can't do school in the same way that other children perhaps can. And it's quite an isolating experience because lots of people around us assume that it's a decision that they've made themselves. It isn't something that they're actually able to overcome, and that's been really hard for others to understand around us. Quite often, when speaking to the school about problems the children were having getting into school, it was thrown back at me. What do you think we should do? My main problem is I'm not 100% sure either. Each one of them has different experiences, so it's really about getting to know the child and getting to know what will work for them, not just assuming that because something worked for another pupil at another point in time that that's necessarily going to work for them. It's really about getting to know the pupil that you're dealing with. Not all year 7s are the same, and not all year 10s are the same, and not all boys are the same, and not all girls are the same. It's just about taking time to get to know them, and if you can't get to know them within the school building, it's about getting to know them in an environment where they do feel comfortable.
When they started to have trouble attending, constantly being asked why, how they feel, they didn't know, they can't express that. It's purely because they are scared. That's all they can voice. They are scared and they do not feel safe in school. They then feel pressure as a parent to find out why, but we don't know. We've just got a very scared, upset child who we aren't able to help. The teachers don't know your child. If they perform well, they don't have any behaviour problems. Your child's almost invisible in class, so it makes it even more difficult for school staff to help and support them. There's also, what we found very difficult, is a very big focus on resilient. You need your child to be more resilient. How are they going to survive in the big wide world? Our children are probably some of the most resilient children you will ever meet. They've been so resilient that they push so hard that they've burnt out. So my main tips would be to focus on the individual and help them feel like they belong and fit in, not make them stand out even more.
For me, I don't particularly like when I have a problem and I'm just flooded with questions, because a lot of the time I don't really know how to explain myself. I just don't feel great about doing certain things, and I'd much rather that be it than kind of me have to go through and explain every problem that I have. When they ask you all these questions and you can't explain yourself thoroughly with every single problem that's wrong, and it kind of seems like you're making it up, or it's not as important as other people's cases where they can tell you exactly what's wrong. I hate that, and if that would change, it would be great for me.
Different pieces of puzzle that can be put together to make your own different place to learn, rather than what others think will work.
Where you can pursue your own interests without judgment.
A place to learn outdoors with animals.
Especially dogs.
Where you can show your true self and your passion.
Where you know who you can trust. Where you can be honest with people and they can be honest with you.
A place where you can learn at your own speed and work at your own pace.
Where there is room to improve.
Where there is room to change and adapt. Where you can be your own version of you.
To have your voice included and really make a change.